How about now? Okay. I heard it that time. So, okay. It's been a weekend. Been sick all weekend. Got the flu. So I have done nothing except sleep. And I still could lay there and sleep. So, welcome to the show. Thank you, Tactical Z. And welcome to Liberation Day. Sorry, I'm drinking some spiced apple tea juice something through a Keurig camp. Um, thank you. Thank you, everybody. I will. It just takes time when you get to be old like me. Uh, Seems like our president was down in the great state of South Carolina over the weekend, while our new president was taking over up in D.C. But which he's been out. Our president has been done with it for now since November. You folks that's down in the Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Florida, y'all prepared for this cold snap you're about to get? I don't know how he can. I don't know how he can pardon him when he hasn't been charged with a crime. Sorry. Peanut butter and toast, my get well food. Yeah, but I don't see how he can pardon him because he's not been charged with a crime. Uh, Todd is in the Mediterranean, in the Caribbean somewhere, floating around on a boat. My friend just got back from a 30-day cruise. He said that was a little much. He's on vacation. We do get to take vacations around here. You know, we get paid so fabulously much around here that we do have to splurge every once in a while. Yeah, that's what I hear. I hear it's like it. Originally, it was supposed to come through here, and then it started dropping south. So Myrtle Beach is supposed to get snow, and we're not getting anything. So I wore my Myrtle Beach shirt for him. Yeah, it's supposed to get like really, really cold. You got pardoned lag? What your mom do? Send the judge some homemade pancakes? Don't wish that, Mr. Sadie. Yeah, I heard. Yeah, Houston is supposed to get a bunch of snow. Supposed to be. Yeah, well, get you one so we can come in and harass you. Hmm. Anybody wants to, there's the link. What kind of trees did you have to cover up? When I was a kid in Charleston, my dad had, I don't know where he got them from. I guess one of the very few trips we ever went to Florida. He got two kumquat trees, and they sat out at each end of our patio. And during the cold months, he would wrap them sucker. He'd cover them up with plastic wrap and had lamps under them, and those things stayed there till we left in 1970. So it must have been about. They were big old things. Oh, did he? Well, John, you just got to stop that loaning him stuff. He doesn't know how to take care of things. Either Lag doesn't know how to take care of it, or his four kids don't. They don't know how to keep their hands off of stuff. Southern red cedars. Cool. I didn't do anything to stay in bed all weekend. I did not leave the house. I did peruse some auction sites, but I didn't see anything that really, well, I really wasn't in a state of mind to do a lot of research. You'd love a plate of bologna and eggs. Well, I don't have any bologna. Oh, really? Cool. So, how about y'all? How were your sales over? Why aren't you at work?
I work for the government, Tom. This is an important day, okay?
Oh, all right. That's right. It's Liberation Day.
Right. Yeah, I work for the government now. We get these kind of days off. I'm glad it's cold as hell here.
There's supposed to be like a lot of sub-zero temperatures across the Northeast for the next few days. I worry about Bridget and
Hellfall.
Sally and Nikki. Which
Right.
Nikki, if it's minus 13 degrees, she might put her shoes on to go out to the mailbox. Hey, Nissa,
Pinky's up, JT. Pinky's up.
how are you doing this morning, Anissa? Did you Pinky's up, Mr. Sadie?
Yeah,
Anissa says.
dear.
So, Anissa, are you and Chad going to go buy that house I sent you the link for? It's got 16 bedrooms, 168 acres. I think it's like $600,000.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I was getting my nose cleaned up here and my ears
Oh, okay.
unpopped.
Okay. So- okay. Sorry about this.
That's all right. Uh, you're off to source at Ollie's. Do you really find much stuff in there? Maybe ours around here is just not as bargain as everybody else is.
I never been to one. You been selling anything, Tom?
Just a few odds and ends, bicycle stuff.
Okay.
I've got to After I get over this, I've got stuff all sorted out, and I got a bunch of photos taken. I just got to write the listings for them. Once I get over this flu or whatever, I got to get on it hot and heavy.
Hope you feel better, buddy.
I will eventually. It just takes me longer to throw stuff than it does used to.
Yeah.
Hey, Greg, if you're not doing anything, dude, come in here. Tell us what
Come
you've been doing.
on in. Come on in, Craig.
Anybody's welcome to come in, as long as you behave yourself.
What time's the inauguration today, do you know?
I don't know.
Guess I'd find out.
There's people been sitting there and standing there since yesterday, or actually
Yeah,
since Saturday. Good morning, American Honey. Ollie's is evading Houston. Has anybody been to their local Party City stores? Are they going out of business? Have you bought anything? I bought some Harry Potter stuff in there for real cheap because everything's like 75% off.
Oh, they're going out of business?
Yeah. I don't understand. Well, I guess our store couldn't keep the whole system going because it was packed all the time with all these yuppies buying these expensive party decorations for their kids. They're going out of business, Jabus. Ours is at 70. Everything's in the store 70% off.
Looks like coverage starts at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. here. I don't know what time that is for everybody else.
Well,
10 to 2 here.
yeah, but trinket junk for little kids is big business.
Yeah, we got a Big Lots going out of business.
Yeah.
Hey, Jennifer, good morning.
The one up by my in-laws' house is going out of business. Yeah, Joanne's is going out too.
Oh, yeah, heard that. I never do no good when in them closeouts. Some people, like
Well,
everybody, what was that place everybody got all the makeup at when they went out? You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, I think like where Jim and Tara bought like a store.
Yeah,
Yeah, bought out just about the whole store. That
yeah, it
it's
was
like
like a
a
bed.
local Family Dollar type deal.
No, this was more of this was almost like a Bed Bath and Beyond type
Uh,
deal. They went out of business, I don't know, about a year ago, and everybody was just, it might have been 2 years ago, and everybody was buying up makeup.
I'm not sure. Um,
I don't know it here in a second. It'll come to me right after the show's over.
when Kmart went out of business, and they started their like 70% sale and 45% sale. They had different products at different amounts. That was coming off full retail. That was not coming off of their last price. Because I bought a banquet table for like $29, and then 2 days later I was in there to do some. Well, I had to argue with the store manager because the liquidator was trying to sell some Disney displays and whatnot. Uh, I saw the same tables in the same place, and they were now $49, and they were 50% off. So they had gone back up to full retail. I'm just about finished eating, y'all, by the way. I had to have something to eat before I took meds. And I'll take
Yeah,
that after I get finished here.
Supposed to be going to look at a truck here after a little while.
What kind of truck?
It's a little F-150, 4x4, 4-wheel drive, 4 door.
Thank you, Mr. Sadie. I appreciate that.
Hey, you're welcome, buddy. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, James, everybody's sick. Two of my sons are on the upswing, and Roberta's she's just hanging. And I thought I was on the upswing, and I feel worse today than I did yesterday.
Always, James, always
Yeah,
take care
John,
of it.
an egg hauler. I did see Saturday, and I had to get a chance to talk to the guy that owns it. He had a. I was at Food Lion, and he has a Rivian. You know, the electric pickup truck that looks like a pickup truck,
Yeah, yeah.
and he really likes it.
Does he?
He really likes it, and he says I have. He has a F-350.
Okay.
Also, he has a horse farm down south of where we live at, and he said, you know, a Rivian, yeah, it's he'll throw a bale of hay in the back of it if he's out running and he needs to pick up some like a couple of bags of feed or something. He can throw in the back of it, but he's not going to fill. Thank you, Lag. He's not going to throw a 40-foot horse trailer behind it.
Right.
But I won't. I think he really likes it. He says that he was surprised about it. He bought it actually for his wife, and because he says if she goes more than 50 miles from the house, then he has to send out a search party because she'll get lost.
Oh yeah.
But you know, he says that thing will get. He's driven to Myrtle Beach and back, and that's almost 500 miles in that thing
On the same charge.
on the same charge.
Okay.
And he said the Teslas just don't do that. But he never wanted. He's sort of like me. He never wanted an electric vehicle, but he'd like to have one just to, so he can talk intelligently about it. So his farm owns it,
Right.
and you know they'll run. His wife is secretary. Because they have two big old horse barns. People pay an outrageous amount of money to board their horses in. So
Right.
he has a good business.
Yeah.
I don't know, James. A Hummer is heavy. I don't know anything about the electric Hummers. A Hummer is heavy. I mean, I'm gonna quote Tara on it. A Rivian is a toy truck. I don't think I want to try an F-350 with an electric engine in it.
No, me neither.
I just
Initially, I wasn't a big fan of the electric vehicles, but they are making some progress. But
yeah.
I think they got a little ways to go, in my opinion. But
Now this guy also he has wind. He's got wind generators and he's got a bunch of solar panels for his farm to help keep the power bill down on it, and that's where they charge the car. So you know the expense of charging it is not as great.
right, right.
Yeah, they're all heavy, Javis. I was going to say something. Yeah, but you know what? People should be going with some solar panels. I'm not talking about going totally off grid. Some solar panels, some wind generators, maybe a small hydro plant. which they make for home use, and a small biogas, just so they can supply their own power if the grid goes down. That's just my opinion. My farm, Kilowatt Farm, would have all of that because we grow kilowatts. But I didn't know Volvo made a electric semi. I don't know whether they're over here or not, but they are in Europe.
I've heard about electric semis. I've heard about self-driving ones, electric ones.
I don't know about the self-driving anything,
Yeah, me neither.
but
Of
which
course, it's the way people are acting nowadays. You might be safer with a self walking down the street next to a self-driving vehicle than somebody behind the wheel. You know,
yeah,
unfortunately.
like you being a smartass, Tesla makes a
Well, I heard that Tesla makes one where you can just it'll come get you from your parking spot to where you're standing, like in a parking lot or something. I don't know if that's true or not.
yeah. My nephew has a Tesla, and we were standing talking, and his wife was coming out with their baby, and he did something with his phone, and all of a sudden the car backed up and pulled up to him,
Yeah,
and because it was raining and whatnot. Okay, that's pretty cool in your driveway, or on your farm. I don't want to get into a Walmart parking lot with that thing. You know what I mean? Because
right.
those cars can only respond so fast.
Yeah, they're pretty equipped. I mean, they've got a lot of sensors. They can catch just about everything. But I don't know. I'm still a little bit too old school to trust them fully.
Yeah. You know, I hope so, Anissa. I hope you get lots of sales. Uh,
Oh, she's gonna get a sale. I can feel it.
but the Europeans have these little small cars, and they're not very expensive. Now, mind you, they're not a Mercedes, S class or any of that kind of stuff, a big old Lincoln or anything like that. But I think that's what they need to be doing is they need to give people. I mean, seriously, my neighbors doors down the house, they have a Lincoln Navigator and they have an F-350 truck. They have a quarter-acre lot. We don't get snow. They don't go off-roading. Why the hell do they have those big old vehicles?
Right.
And both of them work uptown. So all they're doing is because I hate going to the hospital to the parking deck and you're going down down a row of cars trying to find a place to park, and there's a dadgum F-350 or a 3500 parked in a space, and a third of the truck is sticking out into the lane that you're driving down.
Right.
So I don't know why they don't. They ought to give some kind of incentive to get people to get small cars.
Anytime I see a driveway full of newer cars, I always think there's 500 a month, there's 600 a month, there's
Yeah,
800 a month. And they might all be paid for. What do I know? But that's just where my mind goes. It's another payment, if you ask me.
your Kubota that want to start this morning. I have a couple on my truck on my farm. I have a couple on my farm. Front end loaders. My farm. Uh,
Right. Same here, JT. As long as I got a heater and
that's just it. I don't like to drive. If I was, which I've told Roberta all along, we've had these little moments where we're driving along like to Charleston or wherever, and What would we do with the with a lottery big lottery win? I said I would take my driver out and let him pick out the vehicle he wants. She said, "Your driver?" And I said, "Yes, because I would never get behind the wheel again unless I had to, because I hate driving."
Be like driving Miss Daisy.
That's all right. She said, "Well, you could sit up in the front seat with in that in that F-150 Lariat. I could do that."
You could even have your driver take your bicycle parts to the post office for you.
That's right. Now, if I won the big lottery, there would not be any of that kind of stuff. I would be like Lag. I would start buying stuff from everybody and then just taking it to the Goodwill and putting it back in the system.
Right. Hey, I bought something from the Goodwill yesterday.
What'd you buy?
First time in forever I went in there because they just been overpriced so much. I bought two of these old Schaefer pen and pencils. Uh,
Right? Oh, wow.
and, uh, they're pretty cool. I don't know if there got to be a little money to be made. They were $2.80 a piece. I got two of them. So
Are they both silver?
yeah, they're both silver.
You know, when I was young and I was in a bunch of weddings, that's what we would get. We'd get pen and pencil sets like that as a groomsman's present, you know.
Yeah, they used to be everywhere. Everybody would get. Yeah,
And now you got to spend $500 a person on a groomsman or a bridesmaid present. Uh, no, I don't particularly care for Grey Poupon. Uh, who played yesterday, Anissa?
oh, my team lost. Detroit lost this weekend,
Or did they?
and Baltimore lost. Ravens lost to Buffalo.
When's the Super Bowl?
Eagles won. Yeah, Philly. They beat the Super Bowl is in like what 3 weeks?
Uh, the Eagles won. The Bills won.
We got a couple more rounds of playoffs before the Super Bowl. Might even be like a month away.
How's the Cowboys doing?
Cow- the Cowboys they didn't do too good over the weekend. They were playing golf.
They're down at the bottom with the Panthers.
Yeah, they're all playing golf right now in Florida.
So, Anissa, how many did you sell over the weekend? Any
Well,
predictions?
as far as football goes, I think Kansas City again. Unfortunately, I'm not a Kansas City fan, even though I live in Missouri. But I don't see anybody that can beat them.
Taylor be there, so it'll swing their way.
Yeah, I don't know. There's some teams that could upset the whole deal. Washington don't look terrible right now. Like their quarterback. I'm kind of like James though. I'm more of a hockey fan than football.
Yeah, I'm not a football fan either. It's just a little too slow, and they get too damn much money from our taxes in Charlotte. So
Well, it's too many games are starting to get decided by uh, uh, penalties calls. That are very questionable at best.
a friend of mine's dad has really good seats for the Panthers. Has always had really good seats with the Panthers. Panthers. He was buddies with the people that used to own the Panthers,
Oh, nice.
and he, my friend, has a son. He has a bunch of sons that are and daughters that's in their 20s, and now he's got a set of twins that are 7. Second wife. too many pina coladas, kiss on the lips in the Bahamas. Anyway, I was talking to his dad, and his dad said, "You know what? I love watching those little boys play baseball more than I do go watching any pro sports." He says, "Because it's just nothing but mass craziness out there with those little boys. The ball goes rolling one direction and everybody's scrambling." He said, "It's a lot more fun and it's a
Right.
lot cheaper." But
Yeah.
he
I
said
don't know.
when they were playing t-ball, he said that was, when they were little. He said that was just insanity, controlled insanity.
Right. See, that's how I am. I'd rather go watch my granddaughters play basketball, even at the most basic level. It's more interesting to me
Well,
because they're learning. They're actually, there's no gamesmanship involved. They're just trying their best. They have no clue what to do. I got one granddaughter that they got beat the other day, 36-0.
dang.
But I still love going. You know.
A friend of mine I went to high school with, he was till he retired, he was a high school coach. He was the head coach. All the sports programs were under him. His wife was actually the head of the girls division department, and his wife hurt her leg, and she could not put any weight on it at all. She could not. She couldn't the weight of it hanging. If she stood up, she couldn't do any of that.
Right.
Anyway, he was helping the assistant basketball coach while his wife was recuperating. And he said, he's watched the girls play, but he said it's always not been really paying attention to everything. And he said, he says, those bitches are harsh. I said, what do you mean? He said, you know, my high school boys, they'll bow their chests up at each other and all this, maybe do a little pushing. He said, those girls will slap, scratch, shove,
Oh yeah.
wrestle.
Yeah.
He said, I've told my boys, he said, you don't want to get on the court with them, they'll make you cry.
Right.
He says, those girls were just aggressive.
Yeah, they can be.
I don't have any daughters, so, well, I do have Roxy, but that's about it. Um, you know, I don't know how they really are. I just think little girls are sugar and spice and everything nice. But apparently they can pull the baseball bat out and just get somebody's attention too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I got a couple that can hang with anybody. They know how to shoot a 30-06. I mean, you don't want to mess around with my granddaughters.
I got to back up here and say, why are y'all talking about crochet?
Oh, that's James messing with lag.
Oh, Anissa, you saw the thing I posted on Facebook about the girl who knitted the outfits for her and her husband. I have a I have a cousin in law. She crochets and knits. I told her she needed to make some of those for her. She said, Stacy said, no, thank you.
Hey, you know what? When I was younger, I knew how to knit. My cousin showed me once, and I did it for a little while. I was in my teens, I guess. It was interesting to me. I think I made a couple little pot holders or something.
I I made back when I was in boating. My my aunt who was she could crochet, watch TV, talk to you, hold a conversation, and never drop a stitch. I told her I wanted her to show me what I wanted to do is I wanted to make me some straps about
James.
8 feet long. I mean 8 feet long, about 2 feet long, and about an inch wide, and I wanted to crochet it out of really small marine rope. And I did, and that was my safety straps on my boat.
There you
When I would
go.
tie up to the dock, because what I did was I took a piece of PVC pipe about half inch, and it was about 4 feet long, and I would bow it and stick it between the dock and the boat, and it would keep the boat away from the dock. And I use that strap to, keep it from shooting across the daggum harbor.
Right.
Real men would do everything that they have to do.
Yeah. Hey, years ago, I asked my mom for Christmas. She said, "What do you want for Christmas?" I said, "I want a sewing machine." So she got me a sewing. She got me an old sewing machine. I never did learn how to use the damn thing. I gave up on sewing. I'm just not good at it.
Um, you know, a boy I went to high school, he raised four. His wife died. He raised four girls. He did all of the feminine products, routines, and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
His mo- uh, his daughter said, he was the best mom anybody could have. So you just lounging about today, going to go look at a truck.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look at his truck, and that's about it. I think the bank's open today. Can't remember.
Don't know. It's Martin Luther King's birthday. It's a bank holiday, isn't it?
I thought my bank today was open. I could be wrong. Let me check. I don't know. If the bank ain't open, I ain't buying nothing. Because last time I tried to get money out of the ATM, a decent amount of money out of the ATM, it screwed me for $1,000, and it took me 6 weeks to get it back.
Yeah, banks are closed.
All are they? Are they?
Yeah, it says banks are closed for Martin Luther King Day.
Okay.
But
Well,
today's Liberation Day. This is not Martin Luther King Day.
I guess looking is all I'm going to do.
Yeah. Is it a dealer or individual or?
It's not. It's an individual. Uh, he's a landscaper, and he's having problems finding work. So he's got like 4 trucks, and he's just wanting to sell one to use the cash to help get him through the winter.
Right. What are
So
you
we'll
going to
see.
do with it?
I have no reason to buy it. Well, if I buy it, I'm going to sell the Ranger, and
Right.
just going to upgrade my fleet.
Your fleet.
My my fleet of 3: my wife's car, and my 2 trucks.
No, your son that he has a big farm, right?
One of them, yeah. Well, he lives on a farm. It's his wife's family's
Uh,
farm. Yeah,
are they the ones with all the animals?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So all of y'all in the way of this storm that's coming through, have you got your milk and bread?
Is there more storms coming through?
Well, Florida, like Houston across northern Florida, is supposed to get snow, and then it's supposed to swing up towards South Carolina. Myrtle Beach is supposed to get snow. We're not supposed to get anything unless it's changed again. Because 3 days ago we were supposed to get 8 inches of snow. Now we're not getting anything.
Oh, okay. American Honey, did they? I thought they put TikTok back up. Did they take it down for a minute and then they put it back up? Didn't they? It was taken down.
I've
You're
never
not.
been a TikToker.
You're not a TikToker, Tom.
I'm not a TikToker. I'm too old for that. I don't think I am. I might have a TikTok account. I don't know.
Okay. Jennifer says it's back. Yeah, but it was down. Somebody sent me some screenshots of it being down.
Vintage, it's 14 degrees there. In Memphis.
I don't even know how cold it is here. Oh, I'm on my phone. I can't check.
Well, how are you liking the working for the school?
And you know what? I really like it, Tom. It's a laid back pace. I mean, government job. I mean, uh, it's super way more laid back than what I'm used to. And I'm kind of at that phase in my life where I just tell me what to do. Give me something to keep me busy, and I'm good. They got great health insurance. I've got dental and vision and all that stuff for real cheap. which is really important to me because my wife's diabetic, So,
Right.
uh,
Jennifer, unless your daughter is like 14 years old, you need to go to her house and smack her around a little bit, crying because TikTok was taken down. Tell her to go find her another job. If she's got a job, we'll go find another one. You need to. You've got too much time on your hands to be crying about a frickin' social site.
right. See, James, that's kind of what I was wanting to get into, the sawing of the heavier stuff, make some tarps for my boat, stuff like that. But it just didn't pan out. I wasn't good at it. Sometimes you just got to admit when you're not good at something. I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it. Yeah,
Did you?
TikTok is. My wife's on that damn thing all the time,
What?
listening to some narrated story that's probably just made up. She'll waste hours just listening to somebody. Uh,
Uh, uh, the text. They're like stories, and they have in the background they're playing. Uh, like what's the game with the little blocks that you mine and build and I can't remember what it's
oh,
called.
what's that? Minecraft or something?
Yeah, Minecraft.
Yeah.
No, not it's Minecraft. Uh, it's playing in the background. Yeah, it's come through on my playlist on the TV. I'm thinking, damn, I could write some better shit than that.
The kids, the kids watch that sometimes. They'll just sit there and watch somebody playing Minecraft, and I'm like,
Let's,
Jesus Christ, get off the couch and go do something kind of halfway productive, even if it's just,
well,
how do you just
either
sit
that
there
or
and watch?
say, go make. Why don't you make one of your own? You know,
Well, they
go,
do that too, but they'll sit there and watch somebody else do it for hours. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Or they'll all three play in the same room and they'll, mess with, take
right.
each other's stuff down. Or I don't know. I don't know how it works, but I hear them complaining all the time. Leave my stuff alone. Go back over on your side or something. I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
You know, there were a lot of games like Rust. If you played that lag, um, it was an open server, and you would come in and you'd build your base and whatnot. Well, when you logged off, people could come in and destroy your base and take all your crap. So those kind of games where there weren't some kind of safety feature that you could lock your stuff down just died out. Yeah, it
Right.
looked like a really good game, but I just don't like spending a lot of time because I like building. That's what I like to do, and I guess that's the reason I like Farm Simulator is because I just farm, you know, and
Didn't you do
I'm
a
not worried
video?
about attackers or the only thing I have to worry about is the damn hurricane. They have tornadoes now in the game.
Didn't you do a video playing that game once or
Of
twice? Uh,
Farm Sim.
yeah.
Uh, I was playing Dual Universe,
Oh,
and
okay. I thought.
I tested out EV Mux to see if I could do it.
Okay.
It had a lot of potential, but it just kind of died out.
Hey, there's an audience out there for that kind of stuff. If that's what you like to do, Tom.
Yeah, I mean, I like to build. Yeah, I've got some videos that I'm editing that from my farm simulator, but I haven't got them put
You
up.
may, you may as well cut the camera on while you're doing it because there is an audience for 'em.
No, I'm not sharing this goodness with anybody. I just have the voiceover part of it. Um, this stuff is, in the real world, farming stuff is expensive. I mean, really.
Oh, is that where you can buy tools or whatever you need on there?
Well, you have to go. Twitch is a streaming service. No, I'm just in the game. You buy farming equipment, and you buy the seeds and the fertilizer and the lime and herbicides and all this kind of stuff. And it's in it's pretty expensive in the game. And so I got out on some of the farming supply websites. That shit's expensive. So when you're eating those daggum domestically grown vegetables, the people that grew them for you spend a lot of money, and tractors.
Hey, Hank.
Tractors are expensive too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Hank, that's a big thing in Farm Simulator. They have a used um, equipment thing too, that you can buy used equipment, and then you can repair them and whatnot if you want to. But cotton stuff, cotton in a game in the game, a good cotton harvester is about $850,000. You go out into the real world and look at cotton harvesters, and they go up to like 2 million bucks. I mean that crazy that all natural cotton you wear, Anissa, it's costing some money to get. I have sheep and goats slag because they're not as hard to raise as cows. You had to.
Time would probably play that game too. If
What's
I'm
that?
correct.
Goat
Cat harvester.
simulator?
No,
No.
if I'm correct, I thought you said cat harvester. I said
Oh
you probably
no,
play that game too. You
no.
probably saving. You probably saving all the cats.
Because they're not. Because it's not real, James.
That's
It's
kind of
part of
how I
the.
am.
It's part of
Because
the game. Okay.
yeah, I guess everybody's got hobbies, but that's just
I mean, my opinion, why anybody would spend $500 to sit in the nosebleed section to go see Taylor Swift.
500. I don't think you can get a seat for Taylor
Well, I
Swift for
sit up in the
500.
nosebleed section. I don't know. I just heard 500 and up prices. So it's everything you want. But the thing about it is, I'm not spending real money in the game. I'm not spending real money in the game. It's all pretend money that I've made with my pretend crops and my pretend sheep and my pretend goats and my pretend dairy and my pretend spinnery.
Tom built
So
his Tom built his virtual wealth just like he did his real wealth,
yeah.
one, one piece at a time.
Well, that's just it. I know y'all bored silly about this, but uh, when I started the game, because I have my main game that will run forever, I have sheep, which gives me wool, and then when I had enough money, I bought a spinnery, and then my wool would go directly to the spinnery, and then I would sell the spun wool. When I had enough money, I could buy a tailor shop. Then I bought the tailor shop, so now my wool goes from the sheep to the spinnery to my tailor shop until it's sold. That takes time, even in the game. So no, but they have some they have some electric tractors in there, and they take forever to recharge. So anyway, it's what I like doing, you know.
Yeah, if it's what you like doing, why
And
not?
then, and I'm not going out and spending a bunch of daggum money. Yeah, right, Felix. Hey, Felix, how are you doing? I'm going to send you a link to, and I can't remember what the name of the watch is, but I follow a guy called Cruising the Cut, and he's always talking about these watches, and they've got like you might know what it's he's talking about, and he has shown them, and it's got like the face of it is like redwood or quartz or any of this kind of stuff. They're not real expensive like your watches are, but they look cool as hell. I think they're German or Swiss. I'll have to send you the link. Send you a link. I've got because I'll have to go back to the show and to one of his videos and find it. but they're really cool looking watches. They're not pimpy. You
Am I
okay?
back?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay. I thought I said something bad about the farm simulator game. You threw me out.
No, 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 no. I thought you had gotten a call or something.
No, no.
No, the crystals are not redwood. Be for real, James. I said the face of the watch, not the crystal of the watch, because then it wouldn't be crystal. Um, John, seriously though, with the GPS systems and the auto drive systems they have now, it won't be long before these big agriculture corps that's got these thousands of acres out in the Midwest, um, they'll have these tractors because they won't have to pay anybody. They'll just have to just keep refilling them, and they'll keep on doing what they got to do. I mean, it's amazing. Yeah, I thought about going to FarmCon, which is a real farm equipment convention, but it has become super popular because of Farm Simulator. Can you believe that?
Probably has.
All these people playing these games are now going to these conventions like FarmCon, so it's good for the people that's putting on the convention. You know, of course, none of them's going to go in and drop $400,000 for a four-wheel drive pickup truck.
Right.
Yeah, this is a very advanced form of Farmville. Because, like I said before, that stupid game is what got me into Facebook. Because everybody's saying you got to play, you got to play, and then our store manager started playing, and then we were out of. We were supposed to be out of there by 9:20 at night. We were out of there at 9:20 at night because everybody had crops to get in. That's sad, isn't it? But everybody was older people too. They weren't like these young hip people like Anissa and Lag and all these people. Yeah, FarmCon is a real thing. Google it. And one of the people that I follow on that has a YouTube channel and has tens of thousands of subscribers is a real farmer. A real farmer. And then he comes in at night, eats, showers, and plays Farm Simulator. Why? He's like, because it's something he knows how to do. So anyway,
Do they all get together meetings for like do role playing? With they show up in overalls and pitchforks?
there is a guy now. There's groups that get together and they do like they get on a server and there'll be like five of them and they're like brothers and cousins that's trying to save the family farm and they got or they got $10 million debt. You know, they inherited this farm for their father, a grandfather, and that, but he's got a $10 million debt, and they got to pay off the $10 million debt. So you got all of these people, you know, doing all and they start off with like $10,000.
Right.
So they're having to do contracts and they're having to do harvesting wood, all this kind of stuff to get the money to get real equipment to farm and all this kind of stuff. And it's pretty interesting. And of course, you know, it's a bunch of guys, so they're stupid as hell half the time. But I mean, it's better than anything on TV, in my opinion.
And
And
they
that's
have to get
sad.
they have to try and save the family farm from the bank taking it,
Yeah,
like in real life.
yeah. And you know, if you borrow money, then interest and payments come out, are taken out of your account. So I mean, it's real life farming, but I mean, it's like real life farming, but it's not real life farming.
Right.
You know what? There is a reselling. There is a eBay reselling simulator, and
Is it?
it's terrible because everything you list sells, and
Hey,
you don't have people returning stuff.
right.
Because I sent creators a message says, you have potential here, but you need to add some other options in it. You need to have it so
Right.
it people return stuff.
Yeah, you need
Because a lot
convincing
of people in
customers. You need some,
this game
right,
will sell a bunch of stuff and take all that money and go buy something else.
right,
Well, if somebody had to return something, they probably or wanted to return something, they probably wouldn't have the money to return it, pay them. So no, it doesn't include fake returns. That's one of the things they need to do is add returns to it.
Hey, Glenn. Good morning, buddy. Hey, Phil
Yeah. Good morning, Glenn. Yeah, if you're going to,
and Felix.
and there is 100 simulator games. If you've got a hobby, or if you want to run a coin laundry, there's coin laundry simulators,
Yeah,
and
there's.
there's one of them that I have demoed, and that son of a gun is tough. So, because I have people send me a lot of demos to play, and then I review them and look for bugs and stuff like that, which is interesting. If I really got paid for it, that'd be even better. But
Right.
because like with Farm Simulator 25, which just came out, these guys were getting in there and they were finding bugs and glitches all over the place because they manipulate the system. Just like farmers do in real life, they might have to do something that's kind of bending the lines a little bit to get something to work. And then the game will shut down because they've done this glitch or it'll glitch out or whatnot. But you're calling your credit card company to cancel it. What's the matter? They wouldn't increase it up to $1 million? All right, it's 10 o'clock. I know this has just been a bunch of nothing this morning. 24K? Yeah. Uh, but I wanted to come in here, cover for Todd, and Todd is on a cruise. And I think they went out Saturday before the storm hit.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You gonna go out and play Snow Shovel Simulator?
I think we went mute, or I did. I'm having problems here. Having technical difficulties.
You just noticed Todd's not here, lag. I'm gonna tell him that. Can you hear me, Mr. Sadie?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? I guess not. Yeah, him and Mr. Sadie are already deciding who's going to get to the house first if the ship goes down or something. And Todd will be sitting on the bow of the boat singing, "My love will go on forever," or "I will love you forever," whatever the name of that song is that she sings, Celine sings. Well, if he is, he's blue because it's cold as hell in that part of Texas right now. Todd is seriously Tactical Z. Todd is the silver hair stacker. So anyway, guys, y'all have a great day. I'm going to go take a bunch of meds and go back to bed. Hopefully, I'll be better tomorrow. Well, good. And thank y'all for still coming in here. Celine, yeah, she looks terrible, but she's still alive. Um, so y'all have a great one, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.